don't know if this'll be good, but I hope it is. I hope it's good right now. I hope it is good because I don't know what else to rhyme it with, but I'll try to just keep singing a song until you are all coming along. Let me take that one off. We're taking hold on. I'm taking that. Please tell me how this sounds now. Does it sound now good? Um, edit. I want to edit. Beep. Boo. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Everybody. It takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make it out of sight. Woo. Yeah. It takes two to make a thing go right. Come on now. It takes two to make it out of sight. Ho. Oh, I didn't call you ho. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Eunice. Does it sound good now? Deesh, what's going on? Wait, ready? Hold on. Oh, good. Thank you. I don't know what happened. See, I'm on my own. I'm on my own. Who sang that? Pat was it Patty LaBelle? Patty somebody? And Michael McDonald. On my own. I'm on my own. Remember do you remember that song? Please tell me you do. It's this side. It's this side. This side. Yeah. Okay. Patty LaBelle. Love her. I'm your lady marmalade. Come on now. Here we go. Ready? Voulez-vous toucher à mes toi ce soir? Are those even the words? Well, you know what? Even if they're not the words, they're the words in my head. So I don't care. So what? I don't care. Yeah, I'm back. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for returning. Thank you so much for thank you for being here, everybody. That was such a bad cry. It's the Botox. You can't even tell I'm crying. But when I cry, let me tell you, those tears come down, honey, but nothing else moves. And it's fine with me. It's all good. I want to be frozen like a frozen fish. I don't care. So what? I don't care. Wait. Ah, push it. Push it real good. Push it. Push it. All right. So let's go. We're just going to go off on a tangent here. So I was watching, there's this lady that just popped up on YouTube and she talks about all things like she's 64. She looks like she's 25. It's ridiculous. She looks great though. I'm not saying anything bad. She just looks really good. And she's talking about why older guy now listen, I don't care. So I don't care because I'm married, but I just find some of these conversations, I find them fascinating. So she was talking about how older men don't want to date older women. They just don't want to, which is like, it's just to say that is just weird. And you kind of think like, yeah, do older dudes just want a younger chick? But can I just tell you something, guy? They only want you if you have money. Like they don't care. They just, it's not like they love you for you. Well, maybe there's a few select, okay? But for the majority of the time, they're just gonna love you for your wallet. If you even do you even carry wallets anymore? I don't know. So I just watched it, right? And I'm like, okay, whatever. And she's like, I'm just gonna be alone now by myself. I don't care. Like she dated younger men, she tried that, didn't work out. She dated older men, they wanted nothing to do with her. So then, like, how you watch something and then you just keep getting fed the same stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to watch about old people dating. Like, I really don't. I just clicked on that video, that one video. I was just curious. Okay. So then this guy pops up, this older gentleman. I will be nice. And he's like on a rant, like a total rant of why older men don't want to date women their age. And one of the reasons is because you don't look your age. And I was so confused by that. I'm like, wait a minute. What do you mean you don't want to date someone who looks younger than they really are. Is that confusing to you? Because it certainly is to me. I'm like, "Well, wouldn't you want, a little bit of candy on your arm there? Like, isn't it okay?" He was just going off like, "We don't want you to have all kinds of makeup on. We don't want you to dye your hair." But yet, if you're 75, you'll go ahead and date a 23-year-old. So don't even say that. Like, I don't know. Thank goodness I'm married 34 plus 100 years. I'm fine. But again, you watch one thing and it's all over. Like, you're just gonna keep getting fed this stuff. And I don't want to eat anymore. I don't. But I just thought he was so angry. Anyway, all right, let's see what's going on. Candy. Arkansas is in the house, Rhonda. All right, we have to have the daily dose of Kiki Nation. Well, thank you so much. Push it real good. I would love to be on here every day. And if I had the mental stamina and the physical stamina, I would. I am almost 58 freaking years old. When did that happen? Am I going to be 50? How old am I going to be? Is is this what happens when you get older? Like, you just don't even know how old you are anymore because you're so old you forget. So I think I'm going to be 58. Yeah, I think I'm going to be 58 in April. And I'm driving today going, you're old when. Hold the phone. So I'm driving along. And then, I get emotional whenever I see an animal on the road. You know what I mean? Like, they're not with us any longer. So I'm driving. I'm like, oh, something's in the middle of the road. I'm so sorry. Like, and I'm apologizing to whatever's in the road. I already feel bad. I didn't do it. And I'm already feeling sad about it. So I'm driving. I'm getting close. I'm like, oh, poor thing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was a paper bag. Like, it wasn't even an animal. It was not even an animal. What is wrong? Just help me here. Thank you, Deej. I try to think like I'm a young gal. My mind is just, and when I talk to older people, it's sort of, and I'm talking older people, like 80s, 90s year old people. And I'll ask them questions because I'm fascinated. And they literally say, my mind is still like I'm 20. So I do find that fascinating, don't you? I really do. I really do. Yeah, I'm gonna be 50. Christine's gonna be 73. Dee's gonna be 67. Um, Christine said older men who don't date older women are missing out. I like Golden Bachelor, and they didn't even last. That didn't even last. And you have to think about, yeah, TV, reality show, romances. I don't know. And Deej says, absolutely. My daddy told me that when he was 72, and he's right. It is kind of crazy because, I got to finish telling you my Sunday story. Al and I had so much fun Sunday. So, yeah, I am very young in my mind. I really am. And that doesn't, the only thing that seems to age is like in my mind is, sometimes I'll forget, I'm like, why is there a man in my kitchen? Oh, that's Al. It's just, no, I don't. I don't do that because that I would need medication for that. But anyway, so yeah, Al and I had so much fun Sunday. So we went to Foxwoods and, like I said, I go 2, maybe 3 times a year. I always go around Christmas because it's so pretty. And I have to say, Mohegan is very, very, just a beautiful casino, but Foxwoods is closer and it's fun, right? So we go and, I give my donation to the casino. Clearly I didn't win. I love playing the penny slots. And I said, let's go get something nice to eat for lunch because let's just do that. We don't do that. We do nothing for ourselves, hardly ever. So he said, sure. So we go and I'm like, oh, Cedar Steakhouse looks really pretty. I saw it online. I saw it on Facebook and all this stuff. I said, let's go over there and have lunch. Okay. So we go and the Grinch is standing outside of the restaurant and he's dancing and I'm dancing with the Grinch and I'm like, oh my gosh, so fun. So we go in, it was a buffet with a DJ. Like we didn't know. We didn't know. It was, I forget what it was called. Oh, boozy brunch. And this was the last Sunday that they were having it. So again, had no idea about it. We just walked into it, and it's true. Sometimes when you have no plans, they're the best plans ever. We go in, they had an awesome buffet. I gotta tell you, it was so friggin' delicious. And then we're dancing. Well, I was dancing. Al was not dancing. I was doing the cha-cha slide. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Two hops. Do it. Two hops. I don't know, something, but whatever. You know what it is. So I did that. And it was just a barrel of fun. And oh my gosh, Al goes, I haven't seen you have so much fun in a long time. And he was happy. He was happy for me. But I'm like, you were there too. And you were having fun just as much as me. And we went to the donut wall. They had a donut wall. And I think they were Dunkin' Donuts. I don't think they made the donuts, but I don't care. They were so good. This freaking side of my head. It's this one, right? Yeah, it's that one for sure. All right, let's do that. Now it looks stupid, but it is what it is. No, this side. Oh gosh, looking at myself backwards. I hate that. Do that. All right, it is what it is. That looks good. Don't move. Don't move. Louis is with me, by the way. So if you hear a dog, it will be him. And I started making all of his food now. He will not eat canned food anymore. He just stopped eating it. So I said, oh my God, I can't have my dog like wither away to nothing. He's 4 pounds as it is. So I started researching, and I'm making him a blend of sweet potatoes, carrots, peas, brown rice, because you have to use brown rice, I guess. Liver. Oh, that was disgusting to make liver. Have you guys ever made liver? My house stunk for 2 days, maybe even 3. It was gross, and then cutting it up and then putting it in the food processor. But he loves it. He's like he is all over it. Some ground beef and bone broth. And I froze the bone broth. I got these little silicone ice cube trays off of Amazon. So I put a little bit of bone broth in each one, and they're in the freezer. So that's what he eats now twice a day. And when I tell you he loves it, he loves it. It's all pureed though in the food processor. A lot of work to make it and put it together, but he is a happy fella, and his poops look so good now. Like they're like human poopies. Too much information. But here's the thing, like, I don't know. Not everybody can do this, but I'm telling you, it's way cheaper too. And you know exactly what they're getting, just like us. Why did I tell you about his poop? I don't know. It was right there. See, that's my problem. If it's right there, I can't help it. It just comes out of my mouth. So let's see. Old people love liver. I remember when I used to work in the nursing homes years and years ago, I was a teen. I was an older teenager. So nurse's aide. It was a tough job. That's a tough job, everybody. And Saturdays were hot dogs and beans, usually all the time, but there were some days on the weekend they served liver for lunch, and I was always there at lunchtime. Like, it's just gross, and I don't think anyone ate it. Maybe it was just bad liver. I don't know. Let's see. Rhonda said everybody tells her she looks 40. Well, you know what then? Good for you. That's what I say. And I think everybody should dance. That's what I think. When I was dancing Sunday at a buffet, like what is that? That shouldn't be a thing, but it was a thing. It was fun. I want to go dancing more often. It was just fun. I mean, I dance all the time anyway in my kitchen and stuff like that. I'm going to do it. Forget the gassy tummies and hating the dry food. Canned food gives them gas. But you know what though? Can I just tell you? He still likes the little dry kibble. Now, I was feeding him Health Science diet, so it's a good canned food, right? It's good food. But it just turned off one day. He just like, I don't want it. I'm like, oh my God, you cannot eat. I can't have him not eating. And now he's just really happy. And he seems better too. I don't know what to say. I don't know, but he's still having his little kibbles. I don't know if he just likes chewing. I don't know, but anywho. So let's go ahead and get into our classic rock and entertainment news for the day. I will be back this Friday evening, and I'm going to be opening, and I'm so excited. He reached out to me actually, Robert Fleischman. He goes, "Did you get the record and the CD?" And I'm like, "Yes, I did." He said, "Well, did you open it?" I said, "No, because I'm gonna open it on the show because I wanna be surprised and, because it's colored vinyl and all that stuff, and I want everybody to see it, so when you order it, you'll know, like, how cool it is." And I guess it's a special surprise, so I'm pretty excited, and we'll be doing that on Friday night, and also Steve Perry just did an interview with someone for Record Day. Now, I did start listening to a little bit of it. Thank you, Tanya, for alluding me to that interview. So I listened to a little bit of it, but I kept hearing music. I kept hearing music from the seasons 3. So I don't know if there's a lot of Steve on the interview. And the little clips that I was listening to that I heard, it's like all the same stuff he has talked about before. So I don't know, but I'm going to listen to it before Friday night and we'll talk about it then. Let's go. Let's get into some music and entertainment news. My Brett freaking Michaels. I love him. And I think that he is just amazing. He's 61. Does he look 61? Heck no. Heck to the no. He is so pretty. Girl. And Al, I know you're listening or watching, and I don't care. So what? I don't care. No, I love you, Al. You know I love you. But I do love Brett as well, and that's perfectly fine. He's like whatever because I can love somebody from afar. You know what I mean? And then somebody once said, "Well, that's cheating." No, it's how is it cheating? Just because I love Brett Michaels and Steve Perry and Tom Kiefer. We haven't talked about him in a long time. How's Tommy? I love him too. So anyway, Brett Michaels did an interview with Ethan Demetrius. And I'm like, why doesn't Brett talk to me? Like, I want Brett to talk to me because I love him, but I don't know if I could speak. I could speak. I would do it. I would just, I don't know. I would breathe. It would be a big thrill for me though, if he ever did, decide to chat with me. But, so he did this interview and he said that him and Poison plan to return to the road in 2026, which will be the 40th anniversary of Poison's debut album, Look What the Cat Dragged In from 1986. Great album. And Brett said, and I quote, "So here's the deal. I go through 25. We're doing a bunch of these big festivals with my solo band. They are doing a lot of festivals. So I'm doing a bunch of those. And then 2026, CC, Bobby, and Ricky, I'm here because of them, because of us having each other's back in the beginning, through the middle, through right now. And it'll be 4 years since we've toured, since the stadium tour together. It has not been 4 years since the stadium tour. I'm shook right now. Has it been 4 years? Stop. That's insane. I feel like we were just talking about it. And we're just hoping to make this absolutely 40 awesome dates and just putting every ounce of energy on that stage and just bringing an absolute party. Did I say hi to Nancy? Hi, Nancy. I think so. Deej, you went to the stadium tour, didn't you? So regarding Poison's mindset when they're on stage, live, Brett said, and again, I quote, "Poison just goes out there, and I say this, that stadium tour, I was so grateful to be on it, and I just hit that thrust and I couldn't stop." Oh my God. I told him, I said, "I can't stop smiling right now. It's ridiculous." And we just went out there and we play real live music. We don't mess around. We just give it thrills and frills and good times. Thrills and chills and after thrills will do ya. Pills and chills and let's go crazy. Ooh, let's get nuts. Yeah. Anyway, so let's see. Brett thinks that Cece's guitar playing is amazing. And Bobby and Ricky, they said they all grew up playing live music together and they're just, he just thinks they're all great. He just loves his Poison bros. So yeah, so they're gonna be going back on the road, which is a pretty dang exciting for Poison fans. But, I'm happy with it just a Bretty show. Like, I'm good with it. I wish he would just do a show for me, to be quite honest. Like, let's be honest. Let's be real. I would like a solo Brett Kiki show. Does that sound nasty? Yes, it does. Oh gosh. Dee, should I get your Christmas card? I have one here. No. No, we have not. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but, Al will check the PO box and see if we got it. So thank you for sending. We appreciate all the cards we've gotten. Actually, thank you so much, everybody, because you guys are so freaking cute, and I love you. I love you. And Eunice said, "Steve's voice just penetrates your body." And yes, same dialogue. Um, Steve. Steve Perry. So I guess he's okay. Thank goodness. But I don't know. I feel like the interview wasn't that long. So we'll see. I have to dig into it. I don't know. I'm just making things up right now. So don't take my word for anything you hear me say at this moment. Thank you. So, Billie Eilish. Now, this is ridiculous. Well, can I just tell you something, Deej, before I move on with this? The mail is no bueno right now. I have had so many problems. Like, I haven't sold a lot on eBay, but what I have sold, things are taking forever to get anywhere. There's actually one thing, this is the first time it ever happened. A piece of mail is missing. It's a whole jacket. Like, it's gone. USPS can't even find it. And they're done responding to me now. It's like, it's a whole jacket. Like, where did it go? And it was sent in November, the middle of November. So there's a lot of wacky things going on with the mail. I think this is the worst year for sending things out. I don't know why. But anyway, Billie Eilish, this is ridiculous. I saw the videos of this on TikTok. If you have not seen the videos, if you don't even know who Billie Eilish is, because all of us here are in another genre of 70s and 80s types of music, classic rock. Billie Eilish is a current artist. However, I think she's very cool. And I just thought this was absolutely insanely wrong. And whoever did it should get in trouble for sure. So, Billie Eilish, this is from usatoday.com. She was hit in the face by an object thrown at her during a concert she did in Arizona. And I saw it. I watched it. I'm like, this is so, like, who does that? First of all, even if you're excited, you're just happy to be there, you're like, "Oh my gosh, this is great. Let me just throw something on the stage." Just don't do that because you don't know if maybe you're strong at that one moment and and she would all right, so here's the thing. I'm all over the place today. She was sitting on the stage, so it's not like she was standing up and had really a great chance of hitting. She was sitting. So she was really close to everybody and very, very close to the edge of the stage. But this is happening more and more and more. And it says that concert goers, they're just throwing things at performers a lot. So Billie Eilish, unfortunately, is the latest one to get hit. She was actually hit in the face. And it does talk about the TikTok video that is out there. So she was singing "What Was I Made For?" I guess it was in Barbie, and it won an Oscar. I couldn't watch the movie Barbie, guys. I couldn't get through 10 minutes of it. I tried really, really hard. I love the color pink. It was just too much. And it was just too much fakedness, if that's even a word. I just couldn't watch it. What I have watched a lot of this season is Christmas with the Cranks. I think I've watched it 5 times already since November. Don't know why. I just keep watching it. But I think tonight, and you can only rent it on YouTube, Last Christmas. That movie, and it does feature the song, "Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the very next day, you took it." Did you take it away? You took it away or you teared it away. Probably teared it because that's much more like hurtful. Great song by Wham. The movie is just like just have a few pieces of tissue with you by your side. Great fun movie. So good, so good, so good, so good, so good. I love it. I'm renting it tonight. It's like $3.99. I'm doing it because you can't get it on any other channel. So anywho, couldn't watch Barbie. Like, this is ridiculous. I am on a I think because I had 3 iced coffees today, but remember, my iced coffees are only half coffee, half milk, and a little bit of creamer. Mm. So it's not like it's a lot of caffeine, but I guess for me it is. Anyway, so she just stopped for a second during the song she was singing, and it was like a necklace or a bracelet or something, and somebody threw it in her face. Was it meant to go in her face? I don't know, probably not, but this way, just don't throw anything. Like, even if like I said, if it's just for funsies, just don't do that. Just keep your stuff inside of you. Don't throw things, you know? And I guess people were booing at the person who threw it, and people were yelling at the fan, as they should, at the person who threw it. I mean, so one fan wrote, "Why won't people stop throwing things?" And then somebody else wrote, "9 out of 10 things thrown get rejected. So if you want them to keep it, just wait till the end of the concert and workers will collect it." True dat. I think that's true. However, they probably don't keep anything, to be honest. They gotta travel. They don't have room to put all this stuff in their luggage. They just don't. So, it's like a waste. First of all, you shouldn't be throwing stuff, and second of all, just keep your thing. Just just keep your thing to you. And last year, Billy told The Hollywood Reporter that she's been getting hit on stage with things for about 6 years because people get excited and it can be dangerous. So this is what I was just saying. Like, you get excited, you're happy, like, "Oh, I'm at a concert. Oh my gosh, what do I do? Let me throw my 14 karat gold bracelet at you." And then boop, lands in her eye, the clasp. She's got her eyeballs hanging out. Wrong. Wrong thing. Just don't do that. And she went on to say, "I have mixed feelings about it because when you're up there, it blows, but you know it's out of love and they're just trying to give you something. However, there are fans who have done these things and they weren't out of love. They were doing them just because they're doofuses." And let's see, I guess Zach Bryan in November, he stopped an entire show in Washington because someone threw an object toward him and it hit his guitar player. See, that's like, come on, you know it had to be pretty big. And he said, "Who threw this? Who was it? Does anyone know?" And then he went on to tell his audience, "Don't throw things at us, please. You know, if you guys do know who threw it, we can get them out of here if we ever find out who did it." And that's how it should be. Don't throw stuff. That's it. There's my there's my rant for Billie Eilish. Well, Rhonda, congratulations. Rhonda's building a new house. It'll be ready in March of 2025. So that is fantastic. Good for you, and all great things happening for you in March. That's awesome. Good for you. I mean, building a new house. Houses are rare now, so that's pretty amazing. Cosmic Sunbeams, hello, welcome. Welcome to the crowd. Thank you for being here. And Laura, what is going on? How are you? Oh, and is Deej moving too? What's going on? Oh, and Deej says she finally got a home of her own 3 weeks ago. Um, ladies in the house say, "Wayo, wayo, we got it going on. Oh yeah, we got it going on, cause we know what's up. We don't need a guy to tell us to get in the truck." No, we don't. I don't know. I don't know. Christmas trees and American flags. I love that. I love that. Okay, everybody, hit the like button if you can, and also please download the free app to Kiki.fm, playing the best in classic rock and classic hits anywhere on this planet. And we are, yes, playing Christmas music during each passing hour. So give us a listen. We really appreciate it. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. I would really appreciate that. It's something fun and free you can do for me and for you because it's just fun. We get to hang out, stuff like that. And also hit the like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Totally appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. George Harrison. Oh my gosh, this is from Forbes.com. And let's see, a decades old album of his has a 12,000% sales bump. What? What? All right, which is it? Because I don't know. Like I said, I pull these titles and we read them together and we figure it out together. We see what's going on. So George has always been called the quiet Beatle. I love George Harrison music. I really do. Like his solo stuff is it's all just good. All of it. All of it is amazing. And he was the least outgoing of the four of them. He did seem to be pretty quiet, right? He was a quiet type of man. And let's see, one of his most famous albums, Living in the Material World, just returned to the Billboard chart. And it was recently re-released as a collectible vinyl. And let's see, fans have been going crazy over it, basically. And let's see, Living in the Material World sold another 6,800 copies throughout the US. And that is a massive move up for the sales of this record. And let us see what singles are on this album, Living in the Material World. Of course, Madonna comes up. And there was a film in 2011 with the same name. Did you know that? Give Me Love. Let's see. Can we see the full? Give Me Love. The Light That Has Lighted the World. Sue Me, Sue You Blues. Don't Let Me Wait Too Long. Who Can See It? Living in the Material World. Again, I think of Madonna. I'm sorry. The Lord Loves the One That Loves the Lord. Be Here Now. Try Some, Buy Some. The Day the World Gets Round. And that is all. So that is on the charts again. I mean, I'm surprised, really. And let's see, before the re-release happened, it had sold about 50 copies in the US the week before the re-release. And then the following week, purchases went up over 12,000%. I wonder why. Like, I wonder how does that happen? How does a record, we're talking a vinyl record, go up in sales that much when I hadn't heard about it? Did you hear about it? I don't know. It's very cool though. And I think it's great because like I said, George Harrison, definitely some of my favorite music ever. All right. So let's go on and talk about Gene Simmons. Gene Tongue Simmons. I just saw a picture of him. His tongue is still really long. And it curls up at the end. Like I don't know how he does that. Is that like a mutation? I just don't know. But this is from guitar.com. Now you all know that Kiss is quote unquote done, and supposedly they have some Avatar movie thing coming out. And I mean, I do think that diehard Kiss fans, the Kiss army, will for sure, if anything comes out Kiss, they're gonna go and see it. I'm not interested in that, but some people are. Lots of people are interested in these things, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes when it finally does happen. But again, this is from guitar.com. Gene Simmons thinks rock and roll is finally dead because of freckle-faced kids. Now, let's see what the heck he's talking about. He says new bands don't have a chance. And he said that rock and roll is dead thanks to freckle-faced kids who feel entitled to download and share music for free. I mean, this is both of these statements. He has said this for years. Rock and roll is dead. He has said this for a very long time. And near the end of the show, we'll definitely see that for sure. Rock and roll is not dead by any stretch of the imagination. And, the freckle-faced kids who download and share music for free, that's been happening for decades too. And how do you know they have freckles? I wouldn't have even guessed that. So I guess he had a chat with Bill O'Reilly. I didn't even know he was still around. Isn't that crazy? But like, where maybe he's on YouTube or something. I don't know. But he talked about the change in the music industry, how everything has just gotten so crazy, and that has been the hindrance to new bands coming out and trying to make a go of it. And Gene said, unfortunately, the business model is dead and new bands don't have a chance, especially rock bands. The 75-year-old Gene Simmons said. And he attributes the downfall to the whole genre because of being able to download and stream music. And he went on to say, in a certain way, rock is finally dead. Rock and roll is dead because the freckle faced kid next door to you, who is a good kid with a good family and everything, has become entitled, feels entitled to be able to download and file share and get all of his music for free. And it does go on to say, like I just said, he's talked about rock being dead for a long time. This is not the first time. So this has just been something he's been chatting about. But let's see. He said that rock did not die of old age, it was murdered. And the culprit is that kid who lives next door and he's 15 years old. I think adults do it too, though. Let's be honest. It's not just the kids. I mean, the kids know everything. If you wanna know how to do something technological, talk to a kid. Even if they're only 3 or 4 years old, talk to a kid because 'cause they'll be able to tell you what's up. And let's see. He said that rock has yet to produce a new generation, and where is that act that would go up against what the Beatles were? It's just not gonna happen. It's not going to happen. And I was just thinking about today, a couple of days ago, I do my little blogs on Instagram and Facebook every day, pick a song and I write about it and stuff like that, throw a few of the lyrics out there. And a couple of days ago, I did Elvis and a Christmas song by Elvis. And, you know, they started it all. Elvis, the Beatles, Chuck Berry. I mean, these are the artists who began everything for all of us, and you can't replicate that because it was a one-time thing. So, anyone trying to replicate the Beatles is not going to be able to because the Beatles are the Beatles. I mean, they're who they were. Elvis is who he was. So, you just can't replicate it, and that's why music is always evolving and new things are coming out. I'm stuck in the old days. It's I can't help it. I do like some new music. I like some Lady Gaga. I do. I do like who else do I like right now? I guess Megan Trainor. Um, there are some artists who I enjoy a song here or there, but I don't have on a full-fledged channel devoted to new music. I don't. I'm sorry. I just don't. I listen to 70's and 80's and 90's. I can't help it. I mean, I'm on here singing about Salt and Pepper. Push It. It's from the 90's, right? That's just who I am. I love it, and I think most of you are like that too. And Gene went on to say, if you walk down the street and asked a 20-year-old who's the bass player in Nirvana, they wouldn't know what you're talking about. Everybody knew the Beatles. Even if you hated rock music, you knew about them. But I kind of disagree with that statement because I feel like due to the fact of our expansive internet, I think we have more young people liking the music we do because of the internet. And I think somebody would know. There is a 20-year-old out there who does know who the bass player of Nirvana was. So I don't know. I kind of disagree with some of the things that Gene is saying, but I get it. I mean, Like I said, he's been touting this for a very long time, but he is going back on tour. So Kiss said goodbye, Gene's saying hello, and he's going out on the road in 2025 with his solo band starting in the spring. And wow, look at all these dates. He's got a bunch of dates. The first one is on April 5th at the event at Grattan Resort and Casino in Rohnert Park, California. And the last one is on May 24th at the House of Blues in Houston, Texas. And I think he has already added to this list. It was much smaller. Now he's got all of these other shows. He's not coming anywhere near me, not to Rhode Island or Massachusetts, but that might change because he does have some New Jersey dates. So we will see. We will see. I don't know if I will go just see Gene, um, but I'm sure some of you will. And, good for Gene. He's got to keep doing what he's got to keep doing. And Laura said, no kidding, Kiki, throwing things at artists or anyone is just rude, assaulting behavior. I mean, like, who does these things? And what makes you think any part of that is okay? Because it's not. But something that is, I guess, okay with Jim Carrey, he claims that he had to go back to work because he needs the money. I was a little bit floored by this statement. This is from CNN.com. And the title is Jim Carrey is back with Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and quips that he needs the money. Come on. Come on, Jim. Come on, JC. Do you really need the money? Do you really, really need the money? Now, I remember, a bunch of years ago, Jim said he was retiring and he's not been anywhere, really. But he went on to say he was probably done with the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, but he changed his mind because he needs the money. And he said that the only way that he would come back to the entertainment industry is that he would need to have a script written in gold ink by angels. And clearly the chances of that happening were next to none. So Jim went on to say, I came back to this universe because, first of all, I get to play a genius, which is a bit of a stretch. And he went on to say, it's just I bought a lot of stuff and I need the money, frankly. But they couldn't tell. The writer couldn't tell if he was joking or he really needs the money. And they went on to say he was very serious about retiring from acting. And that was in 2022. Now, Jim Carrey's net worth, however, we will go on to see what he is worth. And this is from parade.com. So his net worth in 2024, this year, is one of the highest in Hollywood. In 1994, he was the only star ever to have 3 movies gross over $100 million in 1 year. And those movies were Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber. And of course, Jim Carrey only got bigger and bigger from there. He went on to be in The Truman Show, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Man on the Moon, so many more movies. And let's just see what his net worth is. I got to go down and find it in this article. I mean, it's got to be here. Let's see. Can we please just get to the point and figure out how much he is worth? So, oh gosh, remember he was also in Peggy Sue Got Married? No way. He had a small role in that. Earth Girls Are Easy. Gina Davis, what's she doing? Where is Gina Davis? Loved her. She was beautiful. Wasn't she like just a different type of beautiful? She was like a Julia Roberts-ish type of looking actress. Peggy Sue Got Married. I think I gotta go and look now and see what he did in Peggy Sue Got Married. Let's see. He was on In Living Color too in 1990. You forget about these things. Dumb and Dumber. Okay, so Jim Carrey is allegedly worth about $180 million. So I highly doubt he went back to acting allegedly because he needs the money. Even if he bought stuff, what are you buying totaling $180 million? Unless all of his money's wrapped up and he needs some spending cash, what could you possibly need if you're worth that much? I mean, that's money. That's generational change money. That's like your grandkids' kids' will be set forever type of money. Well, in this economy, maybe not. Bacon's expensive. Isn't bacon expensive? Like $8? When I see it for 4.99, I feel like I just want to buy up the whole freezer and put it in my own freezer because I feel like 4.99 is a deal. But I remember bacon at 1.99. Do you remember that? And I remember coupons at Stop and Shop, which I can't stand. I don't go there anymore. There would be coupons for 99-cent bacon. I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, we'll limit 1 per customer. You couldn't get more than 1." Understandable, but I would get the 99-cent bacon. It was like Oscar Mayer or something. So, yeah. So, jumping from one person who needs money to a band, and I didn't know about this. This is from Ultimate Classic Rock talking about Tesla, why Tesla is still pulling themselves out of a financial hole. Now, I kind of recall years ago reading something about Tesla, but let's read together, shall we? So Tesla's been around over 40 years. They've sold over 14 million albums. That's a lot. That's a good chunk of change. But they are not financially okay, allegedly. So guitarist Frank Hannon told Sonic Perspectives that the reason why they're constantly on tour is because they need the money. Now, we have talked about this several times here in the past. When you see a band on the road a lot, allegedly, you can kind of think that, finances are part of the reason why they go out so often because being on tour is a great moneymaker. Selling albums, unfortunately, is not any longer used to be. But because of the cost to make a record, there's just not a lot of money to be made. Streaming, like decimal pennies on the dollar, from what I understand. So he goes on to say, we're a lot older now and we have to tour a lot to make a living. We're not rich. We never became millionaires. And he said that's also the reason that Tesla has started releasing singles instead of albums. And he said, we still have to pay our bills. And so it makes more sense. The philosophy of going out on tour and writing a song, and while that song is fresh, putting it out and enjoying it at the time. He went on to say that the whole world shutdown had a huge financial impact on Tesla, and they're just starting to dig their way out of it. He said, we took such a huge loss being grounded for 2 years that we're still barely pulling ourselves out of that hole financially. But that being said, the blessing to it is that we focus on a song like their recent single, All About Love, or 2022's Time to Rock, and just focus on that and then go out and play it live while it's hot. It just tastes better. I like that. It's like eating a meal as soon as you get it off the stove and put it on your plate, man. That's when it tastes good. I really like that. So for us, we can write a song and make it happen and then hit the road and play it. And I like it better, honestly. So yeah, I mean, I didn't know Tesla was not doing well financially. I mean, because they've been out there. I mean, I don't think they've been out there a ton, but I do see dates that they go out and stuff like that. And I guess a lot of bands are just releasing singles because all 10 of the songs aren't as good anymore. And because the process of spending all that time trying to make every song great, it's just not realistic anymore. And that's what Hannon said. So it works much better for us to put all of our eggs into one song or maybe two and really make them as best as we can be and go out on the road and play them while they're fresh. That's great. Hey, good. Good for you. Good for you. And please hit the like button if you can. I really appreciate that. Patty Taylor's in the house. So, before wrapping it up, for the evening, and I will be back Friday night. Not sure what time. Like I'm thinking 7 is good. 7's a good time. I get to like I'm hungry right now. I got to go eat my steak. I'm gonna eat my steak. I have zucchini and some French fries for you, Nancy. Market basket, frozen French fries, all for moi. Maybe I won't eat the zucchini. Maybe I'll just eat the French fries. But anyway, so we'll be here Friday night. And we're going to do an unboxing of Robert Fleischman's brand new album, Emotional Atlas, which is amazing. If you have not heard it yet, if you have not bought it, go and buy it. Go and listen to it. So yummy, so good. It's just a very, very enjoyable album. And we're also going to chat about the most recent interview that Steve Perry did for Record Store Day. And I do apologize. I don't have the interviewer's name in front of me, but we'll have all of that on Friday night. I'll mention who it is. Again, I don't have it here. I'm so sorry. But we'll talk about that. We'll kind of dig into it. But before we go, and again, Gene Simmons talking about how rock is dead. But let's take a look at this. This is from iHeart.com. And the best-selling rock album of 2024. Hands up in the air, because you do care. Came out about 50 years ago. Okay. Best-selling rock album of this year. And what is that album? What is the album? Give you a second. I'll give you a second. I'm just going to give you a minute. Paul Meyer. Thank you, Nancy. Paul Meyer is the interviewer. Thank you so much. So the best-selling rock album, according to Billboard of 2024, is Fleetwood Mac's Rumors album, which came out in 1977. I listened to this album all the time. Stevie Nicks, queen of everything. Love her. Love, love, love Stevie Nicks. I love Fleetwood Mac. That album is just iconic, amazing, awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So Gene Simmons saying that rock is dead, and we have Fleetwood Mac's Rumors album from 1977 as the number one rock album of 2024, according to Billboard. I don't think rock's dead. Never gonna be, not gonna happen. And I say, you go Fleetwood Mac. That music is going to last forever and ever and ever. And it's just always so easy and so amazing to listen to. And I know that you guys agree. So, yep, Rumors, go and check it out. If you have it, pop it in, listen to it, and you won't stop listening. You'll listen to the whole album the entire way through, because that's how good this album, this rock album from 1977 is. Thank you, Billboard, for letting us know that rock is not dead. So you guys are absolutely the best. Thank you so much for being here. I truly, truly appreciate it. Please go ahead, download the free app to Kiki.fm, playing the best in classic rock and classic hits. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Hit the like button. I really, really do appreciate that. And I will see you here on this coming Friday night just to have some fun. Of course, we'll talk about music and entertainment news, and just you guys can all hang out with me. We can all just get together and chat before Christmas, which is a week from today. No, it's crazy. Guys, I love you, love you, love you. Mwah. And I will see you soon. Bye, guys. Have a great night. Have a great day tomorrow. Bye.